Good morning, students. In this session, we will discuss role of dopamine as neurotransmitter at different site in our body. These roles of dopamine usually are discussed in different chapters in subject of pharmacology, but in this session we will discuss all of these action at one place so that understanding of dopamine can be developed easily. In this session, we will incorporate discussion of few chapters like antipsychotic drugs, anti-Parkinsonian drugs, anti-emetic drugs, and drugs acting on pituitary gland. So, so for more read, you can go through these chapters. First two chapters are in CNS. Third chapter is anti-emetic drug is from GIT, and last one is from endocrine gland. So starting with dopamine receptors, first we will try to discuss where the dopamine role is important in our body. At most of the site in our body, dopamine shows its action through D2 receptors. Dopamine is important in our body at four sites. First one is limbic system, second is basal ganglia, third site is chemoreceptor trigger zone, fourth site is pituitary gland. Lactotrope cells of pituitary gland which secrete prolactin hormone. First two sites, limbic system and basal ganglia, these are within confinement of blood-brain barrier. They are inside the blood-brain barrier. While the third and fourth site, that is chemoreceptor trigger zone and pituitary gland, that is these two structures are outside of the blood-brain barrier. Whether these structures are outside the blood-brain barrier or inside the blood-brain barrier will immensely affect the dopaminergic drug and D2 blocker drugs. Limbic system is involved in the pathogenesis of psychosis and schizophrenia, where it is hypothesized that dopamine receptor D2 receptor stimulation causes psychosis. Excessive stimulation of D2 receptor causes psychosis. So, D2 blocker drugs are given in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia. In basal ganglia, what is hypothesized? Dopamine receptor, mainly the D2 receptor inhibition or less release of dopamine causes Parkinsonism, or in wider term extrapyramidal syndrome is produced. Limbic system and basal ganglia both are the structure in the brain. Both are under the confinement of blood-brain barrier. Limbic dopamine receptor stimulation in limbic system causes psychosis. D2 receptor inhibition causes Parkinsonism and EPS. So, in treatment of Parkinsonism and EPS, such drugs are given which increases dopaminergic activity in basal ganglia, like levodopa and bromocriptine. Bromocriptine is dopamine receptor agonist drug. D2 blocker drugs are given for treatment of psychosis, and levodopa and bromocriptine are given for treatment of Parkinsonism. Okay. Third site where the dopamine neurotransmitter is important, that is chemoreceptor trigger zone. D2 receptors are present in CTZ. Stimulation of D2 receptor on CTZ causes emesis or vomiting. Fourth site is pituitary gland. Lactotrope cells on pituitary gland. D2 receptors are present on lactotrope cells of pituitary gland, and stimulation of D2 receptors on pituitary gland inhibit release of prolactin hormone. So you can say dopamine is PRIH. Dopamine is PRIH means dopamine is prolactin release inhibitory hormone. It inhibit prolactin release. Although it is not a hormone, but it inhibit prolactin release. So dopamine inhibit prolactin release. So D2 blocker drug increases prolactin release. So D2 blocker drug causes hyperprolactinemia. Okay. So as we have discussed, limbic system. In limbic system, dopamine receptor stimulation causes psychosis. So D2 blocker drugs are used in treatment of psychosis. These are called as typical antipsychotic drug. Typical antipsychotic drug means antipsychotic drug which blocks D2 receptor and shows their antipsychotic drugs. In basal ganglia, hypofunction of dopamine neurotransmitter causes Parkinsonism and EPS. So in treatment of Parkinsonism and EPS, levodopa and bromocriptine is given as a treatment. When high dose of levodopa and bromocriptine is given, it causes psychosis, because at high dose it will start affecting limbic system, and dopamine receptor stimulation on limbic system will cause psychosis. On the other hand, D2 blocker drug are used in treatment of psychosis, and as a adverse effect they will cause Parkinsonism and EPS because they decrease activity of dopamine in basal ganglia. Okay, so antipsychotic drugs causes Parkinsonism and EPS, and levodopa and bromocriptine causes psychosis. Now in this slide we will discuss drugs affecting dopamine receptors. These are of two types: drugs which increase dopaminergic activity, like levodopa, which releases dopamine in brain, specifically in basal ganglia, or which act upon dopamine receptors like bromocriptine, cabergoline. So this is the first group of drug which increases dopaminergic activity. Second group of drug decrease dopaminergic activity. D2 blocker drugs. These are dopamine receptor antagonist drug like haloperidol. That is typical antipsychotic drug. It is a D2 blocker drug. Second drug is metoclopramide. It is also a D2 blocker drug. Domperidone. It is also a D2 blocker drug. So as we have discussed, levodopa, bromocriptine and cabergoline, these drugs increase dopaminergic activity. Levodopa replenishes dopamine level in brain in basal ganglia, and bromocriptine and cabergoline are dopamine receptor agonist drug. They stimulate dopamine receptors. So all the three drugs increase dopaminergic activity in brain. They can cross blood-brain barrier. So they are used in treatment of Parkinsonism. And as we have discussed, dopamine is PRIH, prolactin release inhibitory hormone. So, dopamine agonist drug can be used in treatment of hyperprolactinemia because dopamine agonist drug decrease prolactin release, so they are used in treatment of hyperprolactinemia. More commonly used drug in hyperprolactinemia is bromocriptine and cabergoline. Cabergoline is now used as a first choice drug because it is longer acting than bromocriptine. That's why it is preferred in treatment of hyperprolactinemia. These group of drugs, levodopa, bromocriptine, and cabergoline, as a adverse effect, they produce hallucination, delusion, and even they can produce frank psychosis. Okay, so the drugs which increase dopaminergic activity produce psychotic features as an adverse effect. Now, the drug which decrease dopaminergic activity like haloperidol, metoclopramide, and domperidone, they are used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia because these are D2 blocker drug. And dopamine hyperactivity in limbic system causes psychosis, so D2 blocker drug can be used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia. D2 receptor stimulation on CTZ causes emesis, so D2 blocker drug can be used as an antiemetic agent. Metoclopramide and domperidone are used very popularly as an antiemetic agent, while haloperidol is used in treatment of psychosis and schizophrenia, which is typical antipsychotic drug. In this slide, we will discuss different D2 blocker drug. We will discuss three D2 blocker drug. First one is haloperidol, that is typical antipsychotic drug. Second is metoclopramide, and third one is domperidone. Metoclopramide and domperidone both are used as an antiemetic drugs. Out of these three drugs, first two, haloperidol and metoclopramide, they can cross blood-brain barrier. But domperidone cannot cross blood-brain barrier. First two drug, haloperidol and metoclopramide, they cross blood-brain barrier, and by blocking D2 receptor in basal ganglia, they cause Parkinsonism and extrapyramidal syndrome. But domperidone cannot cross blood-brain barrier, so it cannot block D2 receptor present on basal ganglia. So domperidone cannot produce extrapyramidal syndrome. But all the three drugs can cause hyperprolactinemia. Because to produce hyperprolactinemia, there is essential to block D2 receptor on lactotrope cells of pituitary gland, which are outside of the blood-brain barrier. So all the three drugs can cause hyperprolactinemia, but domperidone cannot cause extrapyramidal syndrome and Parkinsonism, while the first two drugs, haloperidol and metoclopramide, can produce extrapyramidal syndrome. So to summarize, in this slide we will discuss different pharmacological action of drugs affecting dopaminergic system at various sites of body like basal ganglia, limbic system, CTZ, and pituitary gland. First group of drug which increases dopaminergic activity in body like levodopa, bromocriptine, and cabergoline. They increase dopaminergic activity in all these drugs can cross blood-brain barrier. So Parkinsonism will be treated with use of these drugs because they can cross blood-brain barrier. They will increase the dopaminergic activity in limbic system. So they will cause psychotic features. They will produce delusion, hallucination, and even frank psychosis may be produced by limbic system. They will also stimulate D2 receptors on CTZ and pituitary gland. although they are outside of the blood-brain barrier. By stimulating D2 receptors on CTZ, they produce nausea and vomiting. And by stimulating D2 receptors on lectotrop cells of pituitary gland, they will inhibit prolactin release because dopamine is PRIH. So prolactin release is inhibited by these drugs that is used therapeutically in treatment of hyperprolactinemia. The remaining three drugs, haloperidol, metoclopramide, and domperidone, these are D2 blocker drugs. But features of these drugs are different. Haloperidol is D2 blocker drug with property of blood-brain barrier crossing. It will block D2 receptor. So as an adverse effect, it will produce Parkinsonism and EPS. Because of D2 blocking property, psychosis will be relieved in limbic system. D2 receptor will be blocked on CTZ, so anti-emetic action will be produced. D2 receptor cells on lectotrop cell of pituitary gland will be blocked, so they will produce hyperprolactinemia. Metoclopramide is also D2 blocker drug with property of crossing of blood-brain barrier. So it will also produce Parkinsonism and EPS just like haloperidol. But because of reason not known, no antipsychotic action are seen with metoclopramide and it is used only as an antiemetic agent. And it will also block D2 receptor cells and pituitary gland, so will produce hyperprolactinemia. Domperidone is only the drug out of these drugs which cannot cross blood-brain barrier. When it cannot cross blood-brain barrier, so it will not reach basal ganglia, it will not reach limbic system. So it will not reach basal ganglia and will not reach limbic system, so no effect will be produced on limbic system and basal ganglia. Because CTZ and pituitary gland are outside of the blood-brain barrier, so domperidone can show its effect on CTZ and pituitary gland. By blocking D2 receptor on CTZ, it will show its antiemetic action. While blocking D2 receptor on pituitary gland, it will cause hyperprolactinemia. So this is a summary of drugs acting on dopamine, drugs affecting dopamine receptors. So in nutshell, you have to remember role of dopamine at four sites. Two are inside of the blood-brain barrier, two are outside of the blood-brain barrier. Structure in the inside of the blood-brain barrier are basal ganglia and limbic system. Structure outside of the blood-brain barrier are CTZ and pituitary gland. So which are structure which are inside of the blood-brain barrier, basal ganglia and limbic system. Basal ganglia, hypoactivity of dopamine causes Parkinsonism. Hyperactivity of dopamine in limbic system causes psychosis. So in treatment of psychosis, D2 blocker drugs are driven, while in treatment of Parkinsonism, dopamine agonist are given. Dopamine agonist drug will cause psychosis, antipsychotic drug will produce Parkinsonism. D2 blocker drugs are used as a treatment of MSS, and last point you have to remember, dopamine is PRIH. So dopamine activity, hyperactivity will cause hyperprolactinemia. Dopamine is PRIH, so dopamine hyperactivity will be used in treatment of hyperprolactinemia and D2 blocker drug will cause hyperprolactinemia. So you have to keep remember all these 3 or 4 points. Okay, thank you.